What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm your co-host Donovan Quick, and today we're going to be going over should the Dolphins want Joe Flacco or Anthony Richardson to start at quarterback this week. We're officially done with the bye week and we're on to Indianapolis. We play in Indianapolis this Sunday at 1 p.m. and this is a must-win for the Dolphins. We need to get to 3-3 before Tua comes back, and we have a very nice schedule ahead of us with Tua at quarterback. So we need this win to be able to control our own destiny when it comes to the playoffs. And look, this is going to be a good one. Anthony Richardson or Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, as we know, many years in the NFL, spent most of them with the Ravens, most recently with the Browns last year, led them to a playoff berth after Deshaun Watson had a season-ending shoulder injury. Boo-hoo. And Joe Flacco, bro, he has been wheeling and dealing since he left the Jets. So basically with the Browns and with the Colts so far, he's getting the ball to his receivers. He's letting them do the work. He is allowing them to do their thing. He's not taking over the show. He's not doing anything super flashy. He's taking the correct check downs. He's doing everything that a game managing veteran quarterback should do. He is probably the best backup in the entire league, besides maybe Carson Wentz. He is that dude. Now, that being said, there's a reason he's a backup and not a starter. Is washed? Who knows? But they haven't won with him yet. They lost both games to the Jags, and they lost last week. So maybe he's not quite there yet. But with Joe Flacco comes that veteran experience that, he can get the ball to his receivers. Anybody that plays fantasy football knows Josh Downs, Michael Pittman, Adonai Mitchell, Alec Pierce, their value skyrockets when he's in there rather than Anthony Richardson. Now, Anthony Richardson brings you a whole nother dynamic, though, with his legs, where Joe Flacco is not mobile at all. And if you can get to Joe Flacco, and you can probably bring him down for a sack, and you can slow and stall that offense. Now, the one thing is that, once again, he's a veteran. He's going to be able to get that ball out fairly quickly. He's going to be able to get it to his checkdowns. Anthony Richardson, not so much. Anybody that watches college football knows he was not really known for his accuracy, and that's why anybody that also plays fantasy football, that his receivers aren't getting the ball at anywhere near the same pace as they were with Joe Flacco. So their value goes extremely down. And Anthony Richardson, though, he has that Josh Allen-esque to him, that he could go and make a big play at any point in time. We saw week 1, he was almost brought down, threw off his back foot, just launched it in the air blindly. Alec Pierce in the bucket, touchdown. 70, 65 yards, 70 yards, whatever it was. It was an absolute bomb and a dime. Now, a lot of people didn't know is that he also missed Alec Pierce on another big throw. He missed Adonai Mitchell on 2 big throws, very similar to that. So Anthony Richardson, not the most accurate quarterback. He probably will be prone to interceptions against this secondary if this secondary plays up to par. Now, they do have a very good offensive line, so getting to Anthony Richardson is going to be a tall task. And then once again, this dude's 6'5", 6'6", 280 pounds of pure muscle. Like, he is jacked, and he is going to be very difficult to bring down. He is a large human being. That's where the Josh Allen-esque comes into place, is we've been able to get to Josh Allen. Bringing him down is a whole nother situation. Anthony Richardson, very similar. So getting past that really good offensive line with a really hurt pass rush, as you guys may know, Emmanuel Ogbah popped up on the injury report today. So he is now hurt, and he's day-to-day. His status is to be determined. So now the Dolphins don't have a single pass rusher that has a sack on the season that is healthy. Jalen Phillips is out. Bradley Chubb, not ready to come back. Cameron Good, not ready to come back. Muhammad Kamara hasn't played a snap. We just signed Tyus Bowser last week on short notice. He came in and had a decent game. Chop Robinson has not looked good. Now, given we knew he was the developmental guy coming in, we knew he wasn't going to be a superstar right out the gate, but it's time to step it up a little bit for Chop Robinson. That being said, once we get past this offensive line, if we can, and get to Anthony Richardson, if he's the one playing quarterback, we need to be able to bring him down. We need to be able to have the sure tackling that we haven't had really this season. Now, Calais Campbell, Zach Sealer, they have had most of the interior tackles and the sure tackling. Secondary, linebackers, they've been a little hit and miss as far as the tackling department goes, which is why we're so vulnerable in the run game. So, do we want Joe Flacco or do we want Anthony Richardson? My personal opinion is I want the guy that's coming off an injury that it may be a little bit more worrisome of his hip and oblique. And I want the guy that's not going to be as accurate, that is going to be a little more flustered under pressure, and that's going to be Anthony Richardson. I rather play Anthony Richardson at this point in time than I would against Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, I believe, given he didn't necessarily light up the world against us when he was on the Jets, but he does his job very well. And the Jets didn't have a good offensive line for him. Last year, Cleveland had a great offensive line, and you saw what he did with them. Indianapolis has a good offensive line, and he's able to get the offense rolling a little bit. And look, he's not going to do anything super flashy. He's going to take what the defense gives him. But we give up quite a bit, especially in zone coverage. If we sit in a soft zone, he's going to find those guys. Josh Downs is one of the best slot receivers in the league. And if you want to say anything about it, just don't. Put it in the comments, and I'm going to just tell you you're wrong. Josh Downs is one of the best slot receivers in the league. Adonai Mitchell, Michael Pittman. We don't know if Pittman's going to play. Adonai Mitchell should play. Alec Pierce, once again, also out there. If you guys been around the channel long enough, you know I love Adonai Mitchell. He's going to be open all game long. I guarantee it. That being said, Joe Flacco presents more issues to us if he's able to sit in a clean pocket and throw the ball. And that's basically what we're probably going to do. We're not going to send the blitz too much. I would like to send the blitz a little bit, but if we're going to send the blitz, I'd rather send it after Anthony Richardson. I'd rather have the guy that's going to be flustered under pressure and run around a little bit rather than the guy that's just going to hit the check down. The check down's going to go for 20 yards, I'd rather do that. I'd rather have him spend 3, 4, 5 seconds in the pocket and try to throw to a not open receiver in a tight window, because that's just what this is going to be for him, and I don't think he can make those throws. I think that's going to create turnovers for us, and I think that is what's going to help us win the game. I believe that Anthony Richardson, given he could be one day one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but as of right now, he is one of the worst. He is very big. He does have a big arm. He's going to make the big plays, so don't freak out when the big plays happen. Because if he plays, the big plays will happen. You just got to let them go and take the rest of the game. So if they get 70% of their yards on 3 plays, whatever. Because on the other 30%, they're getting locked down, and look, we could create turnovers. We could do it. This defense can do it. This defense has not let up a lot of points. We're, I believe, 6th in points given up per game. Like, we have a decent defense as far as points are concerned, so we can go and deal with that. This offense needs to take advantage of that bad defense, though, but that's a video for tomorrow. Deuces.